Hey guys, welcome back to the Game Boys channel. My name is Tim and today I'm here with a shop with me video. So I got my haircut and eyebrows done just now. So I'm trying to get everything done before our Paris trip. We leave on the 22nd. So I'm gonna go to the Skechers outlet first. I probably won't show that just because it's kind of boring. And then right next to it's a TJ Maxx. And then I want to go to Old Navy, and then probably we'll just go in some stores in the mall and see what's going on there. So come along. So this is the Skechers going in, and you could see it's right next to the TJ Maxx. I did score and got 3 pairs of shoes, and they gave me this like cute little bag for each of them, which is awesome. Next, we're going into TJ Maxx. They had these cute like plushies when you walk in of the candy. Never tried sugar daddies, but I know Lala Kent would like that. And then the Hershey pillow. You have, I got these items, so I needed nail clippers, and then like I bought these nose things. And does anyone else do this, like get one of these bags to walk around with instead of the shopping carts? Because I always end up buying the bag and what's inside. But the bee one was super cute. I was looking for these kind of like Fuzel things for our live sale. We didn't have any, so I saw these for $4. This was a really creepy bunny. Like from the side, it looks nothing like a bunny. And I was like, how much is this? $40. And then these were, I think, cookie jars, maybe, of peanuts. And then I saw people showing like these birdhouses, and then they had like Disney ones. They didn't have Disney ones here. They just had like these kind of random ones, which you could probably get creative with, but I was too lazy. I was just looking for the Disney ones. And then these I saw, and I was like, oh my gosh, we could either put these as spice racks or something, but what I would want is Funko, like hold our Funkos or Funko Minis. It took me a while to figure out if I wanted the white one or the black one, because there was 2 of each. But I think the black one would probably match stuff better. And then there's a Doug mug. They didn't have many Disney mugs. And then this strawberry blanket, we always get like the full queen one. There is anxiety. And then this was funny, like for Martini Galleys, a candle. Okay, so I usually pick this up in case there's like to use as a basket, and then like most of the time I end up buying it just to put stuff in. This one's so cute, the bees. And then these are awesome. I actually got these because they would be great Funko stands, because we're running out of space, and they were only $8 a piece, so I got 2 of those. And then I went into the mall, and this Easter bunny, poor Easter bunny, was like all by himself. He didn't have a line anytime I passed. I was like, oh, poor Easter bunny. And then, of course, going into my favorite store, Box Lunch. They have a bunch of Winnie the Pooh stuff when you walk in. Upside down Pooh. I think that's a cutting board, maybe. But be kind of morbid cutting his face. They are in love with making these jerseys that I feel like I haven't seen one person ever wear those. And then they had a Jim Shore of Tiana. This one I have pre-ordered, and it like still hasn't came from the site I ordered it from. So I was like, oh, do I just get it? And I was like, no, that'd be silly. Then I loved this Beauty and the Beast sweatshirt, but I didn't like that it said Bistro on it. So I was like, I'll pass on that. They love their embroidered sweatshirts. And a bunch of t-shirts. There's Snow White, and they have a hoodie of Tafiti, which is gorgeous. Just like a bunch of princess stuff. And then they had this fill up in Maleficent Dragon Jim Shore, which I had a 30% off coupon, and I was like, oh my god, do I get that? Because like it would be this probably like a little bit cheaper than the 25% off I get from that website I order. And then just a couple more things. Pirates of the Caribbean. They had Lizzie McGuire, which was interesting. A bunch of Baymax stuff. Little bag charm, cute. Little Marie soap dispenser. And then this was like a Cars stainless steel tumbler, which was pretty cool. I wonder if it's an anniversary because they did have a lot of Cars stuff. And then I love that little fanny pack of Stitch. And then this Stitch giant Jim Shore. It didn't have a price on it anywhere. And is this the one that they sell at Costco? I don't remember. And then just a bunch of random clothing items. And then they had a bunch of Inside Out 2 stuff, but these are all in women's sizes, so Tim, don't play that. That Ratatouille sign's still there. And yeah, I really like Inside Out 2, so I was like, will this work? And then like a very busy Toy Story sweatshirt. And then another Jim Shore of the Evil Queen. And these were actually pretty cool. You guys know I love angels, so I thought you were. But this Stitch one was really pretty. I think I'm gonna actually watch whatever Angel's in on the flight to Paris because it's gonna be 8-something hours. And then Eeyore merch, no owl merch, but they had Princess Peach. And then I was like, what is Whirly? Why would you want a shirt that says Whirly? I didn't understand. I was very confused, and I was like, oh, Powerline. But like, if you ever like make that a tank top, like people like Whirly. And then they had tons of blind boxes. None were Disney. These are all like anime. But they had so many. Some keychains. The Frozen ones, which we actually unboxed. I will link that video above and below. These Munchlings ones were cool because they're the size of doorables and they do smell. So like maybe once Hot Cash rolls around. And then the pin section, lots of Harry Potter pins. I was looking for anything new that you don't see on the website. These were awesome. These are the monogram pins that I think Pink Alamode still sells them, but they're so big and they're pretty reasonably priced. And then these are new Pixar ones holding kites. And then I'm just like, these are old, these are old, these are old, these are new. Moana 2 monogram again, so they're very good quality and big. Pink Alamode. I'm thinking maybe like Pink Alamode hasn't had mystery pins from Monogram in a while, so I think they like found another retailer. And they're like, Box Lunch is better. They have more business. And then just random boxes. They have, I'm really hoping the price of these don't skyrocket because of the stupid tariffs. So we'll see, I guess. We might have to collect less pins going forward. But this was the wrong outfit. It's Gretchen. Stop making fetch heckin'. It's not gonna happen. She was literally in the Christmas outfit on that. That's what I was like, no one's gonna buy that. It's literally the wrong outfit. Bunch of Disney Funkos. I heard Funkos are going up to $15, which is pretty outrageous. So hopefully, if there's any I want, they'll hit Box Lunch or Hot Topic so I could get them half off with Hot Cash. There's Angel. These are all the new Lilo and Stitch ones. Just a bunch of more random Disney ones. And these villain ones are new. Like we do have most of those. And then Ursula with her house. Yeah, I was hearing that the Funko ones are they're gonna go up, and that was before the tariff, so they might even go up again, which, like, this is just, the whole thing's so crazy. They had a really good Funko selection. And then here's all the bags. There's Star Wars. I think that pineapple is SpongeBob. Baymax. I love this Kevin one. You know, we love a face bag. That Winnie the Pooh kind of reminds me of the series Shop Disney's doing, or the Disney parks, the pastel ones. There's Ruben, which I found out is in Leroy and Stitch, so I'm going to watch that on the plane as well. And maybe I'll want Ruben. These are monogram ones. These are awesome. I actually bought this Scar one on eBay because that's the only one I wanted, because I only collect Scar from Lion King, but those are really nice pins. And then they had a pin board of Minnie and that banner. Next, going into Hot Topic, they had a bunch of keychains when you walk in. Golden Girls. They didn't have any new ones that I could see. They still had some Christmas ones, which was kind of odd. Like, those should be like marked down in a bin somewhere. And then they have a bunch of blind boxes as well, but nothing really that I'm interested in. And then speaking of Leroy and Stitch, they do have a Leroy Funko, so maybe I'll want that after I watch the movie. And then they had a bunch of Funko Pops, kind of like up high. So there's Wicked ones, which are pretty old by now. The new Stitch ones are way up there. Like, why would they put the new ones way up high where you have to get someone? And then they had these Munchlings. We've actually opened these before. I'll link that video above and below, but at least they're still doing Munchlings, like, because the parks hasn't dropped Munchlings in forever. They have these pins. We actually opened these. I'll link that above and below of the Pixar ones. They had these really cool lantern ones of the princesses. And then, you know, we bought a bunch of these dress ones because we like our princess dresses. And they had a pretty good selection. So I didn't know if Forever 21 was going out of business. If you couldn't tell by every window, store closing, everything on sale, must go, blowout, sale, going out of business, store closing. Like, I think everyone got it. Then I was walking in the car to put stuff away and look at this mannequin. I was like, oh my God, it's Tom Sandoval. He finally found a job. And then look at this line from Miniso. But I got around it. These are princess blind boxes. We opened actually these up. I will link that above and below. We did like a bunch of different boxes, not just princesses. They have these Toy Story ones. Lotso. They have these retro stamp ones, which are really cool. I really want the Mike and Sully and the Stitch. So I already got some of those. These Lotso ones are everything. We opened one of these in that video and we got literally the cutest one. These are a bit pricey, but when you do have these in store, like, they do have a really good rewards program. From my last order, I actually had a $30 off coupon, so I was able to put that on, because I don't know if we're going to be able to buy them from Shein anymore, because they're like blocking mail from China or something in Hong Kong. I don't know, this whole thing is just so stressful for shoppers like me. These cat ones are so cute. There's Marie and Lucifer, which we opened those off camera, and we have, I think, a couple of those. And then random robots. They have a bunch of bag clips, which are always adorable. Oh, this little owl, which I think that was a coin purse. They have a bunch of beverage holders, a lot of Harry Potter stuff. And then they had Disney everywhere on like that, but like I couldn't find any plushes that were Disney. There's a Care Bear. They have like little towels and like face wash stuff. Like, when you're putting on your makeup, taking it off. These are perfect. I was looking for some of these for our trip because I like to put my face wash in them. Because I don't like those like travel size face washes. I have to have my face wash. And then they have a bunch of stationery. They have Lilo or Stitch and Angel, a bunch of Harry Potter ones. And then I love some storage containers, but they didn't have any Disney ones. They just had like Sanrio, Hello Kitty, night lights. And then this was, I was like, oh, travel. It has Stitch. It's like a pillow for a long flight, but like it was super tight. I don't know if it was for kids or just like weird, but these were foofys, which like that brings me back. I would have bought this little ham if it was a plush and not a bag. They have a Harry Potter headband. Is that a sorting hat? Am I like getting better? And then always love some cosmetic bags, but I'm not a Powerpuff Girly. And then they had some lots of Q-tips, like so random. And then some frozen water bottles and makeup brushes. They had this Winnie the Pooh thing, which maybe hold makeup brushes. I couldn't figure out what that was for. They have cupcake holders of lots of, so random. I was picking this up again. I'm like, what is this? It says nowhere, but I think that is for brushes. And then they had some towels of Lotso and Alien. Then I wanted to pop over in Bath and Body Works to see if they had any princess things, because I do want a bunch of the hand sanitizers before they're gone. The only ones we've been buying again are Ariel and Jasmine, because those are our favorite scents. They did run out of the Tiana scent, like in everything, so that's like our third favorite, but they didn't have it. They had this cute little like Easter bunny candle holder, and then this shell reminded me of Moana, and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect for summer. It's not part of the Disney line, but I was like, come on, this just screams Moana. And I had like a bunch of coupons, so it worked out. And then I was like, oh, that Moana symbol is on this candle, but again, not related. And then I went over to Five Below as my last stop in this mall. It was these strawberry pillow. Like, how perfect would that go with the blanket that I bought that was strawberry from TJ Maxx? They had some Easter Munchlings. And then I thought these would make noise, but they didn't. So I was like, what? No, thank you. And then a bunch of Villain Tsum Tsums. Where's Lotso? Oh, they had a Lotso. And then they actually had every single one of the Disney dogs, which we completed this already, so if anyone needs it, I do have an extra bolt that I found that I was supposed to put in the live sale, but like it was too late. So yeah, we have another one of those. And then they had these new Pixar like Funko Pop like snow globe things, which was kind of cool. It's interesting that these are $5 and then the Funko Minis are $6. I don't know. These are a new Funko Mystery Mini of Boba Tea. And then they have the princess version of the Funko Pop snow globes. And then I did end up finding that Boba Tea like mystery minis. I didn't really understand these. I don't like boba tea, but I mean, they're cute. Okay, so that is about it. If you can see, it's pretty dark out now. They have some bags, and I'm gonna go grocery shopping now, but before I go in, I normally order takeout if I'm gonna do that, because by the time I'm done shopping, my order will be ready for pickup. So I'm gonna order some Longhorn because it reminds me of my mom and it's yummy, yummy. So I'm gonna order that, go grocery shopping, and then pick it up, and then I'll be done. So I was gone for about maybe like 6 hours. today with like all my errands. Not too shabby. So hope you like this video. Please comment down below and let me know what you like, and give this video a big thumbs up, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.